Everybody, Jason here. Happy Thursday. Hope you guys are all having a great day. As you can see, we're actually up a little bit this morning, but it's been kind of the same thing that's happened over the past few days where we start up and then end up down for a little bit and then recover throughout the day pretty much at some sort of break-even point. I think yesterday we ended up, I don't know, we were up 1,000 or 2,000 or something like that. And then the after hours is always calculated a little bit strange, but Tesla doing pretty well today. The only play I made today was our SPY put credit spreads that I said I was going to put on today. $8 out of the money. I was only able to grab $60 credit for them, or $6 credit, not 60. So $6 credit on each one of these. I opened up 9 of them, and they are expiring tomorrow. I put in closing orders at $1. So when they get to that level, we'll get those guys closed out. Doesn't seem like a whole lot of money, $5, so $45 total, but a 5% gain over the period of a day is fantastic. And who knows, if SPY keeps going up today, it could potentially close out today. So either which way, a day, 5%. And you can play those a couple times a week if you wanted to. Actually, you play them 3 times a week. They expire Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So you have plenty of opportunity to play it. Wait for when you're comfortable and the market's not going to tank, even though we can't predict it since our crystal balls are typically out of order. But a couple times a week, 3 times a week, whatever you want here. And as long as you're correct 3 out of 4 times, you're profitable. 2 out of 3, you're break even, since we do close these out at 2x the premium received. So if we happen to go negative on it and we're down $12 on it, we just close it out. Otherwise, we'll run it until we can close them for $1, grab them 45 bucks, since we only have 9 of them. Maybe I should have grabbed 10, maybe next week after we get some other things closed. So that's the only play I made for today. Made that, opened it up, put the closing order in, and then the other one I did put closing orders in was our butterflies. So again, this is going to be really volatile and a little bit strange, even though it's definitely, no, it's just kind of off of this chart, because I think yesterday it showed that it spiked up is what happened. But basically, I put in a closing order on 3 of these for $30. So at least I think I did. Oh, 4 of them. I want to only put in a closing order for 3 of them. So I'm going to change that to $30 review, and I want a credit, so $90. And the reason for this is because I wanted to close out 3 of them when we reach $30, which gets all of our money back, because we opened up 4 of them at 22 bucks. That's $88 for so we'll collect $90 if/when Tesla goes up to 800-ish, and then we'll have the last one, and that'll just kind of be a free little bit of a play. The way I determined that was jumping over to Optionstrat. So I just basically went to long call butterfly, put in our positions here, and looked at this chart, so I can see it's not going to be closing until likely the 18th or 19th. That's when the value is going to be up around that $30 range. And if we close around 800 on the 22nd, that's where we can make quite a bit of money, or lose quite a bit of money. But we have a decent range. We have a pretty decent range where we should be able to close them. $10 to, actually quite a bit, $10, $20 to each side, just coming into it. Coming into the expiration. So that's what I looked at. I looked at a couple days before, decent range. We should be able to get them closed out for 30 bucks, which is about a 40% gain on them. And then we can keep the last one potentially for free. And then we can collect maybe a couple $100 or so if it happens to sit right in that range. If it goes outside, then we'll collect nothing. Our risk our real risk to this, in my mind, I don't see us really falling, since we do have the shareholders meeting and earnings coming up. Typically a run up beforehand, unless we have some other crazy market news or underlying news, I think is going to be when we run up past it. And of course, me being a huge Tesla fan with rose-colored glasses, I always see more risk in it running up way past the 800 than it dropping down low. And at the end of the day, we put $88 into this play. But that's the way I determined that. And I think that is about it for today. Pretty much here. We're just chilling on most other things. Let me see if there's anything of note. I guess we can take a look at what we do have expiring tomorrow. We have our Palantir calls, and the reason I hadn't rolled these out yet is because Tesla Palantir saw this pretty good drop, and I want to wait till a spike up. I guess I could have done it yesterday. Waited for that spike up and then rolled them out. But that's basically what I want to wait for, is a decent spike so we collect some good premium. So these will expire worthless unless we have some crazy run up, and then I'll just wait for a pop up before we sell more of our covered calls. We have our SPY put credit spreads. We already went over those, and then we have Tilray plays, covered calls. This is all part of the wheel. And we should actually jump into that a little bit more over the weekend. Tilray down, it's down a ton, but overall not too bad of a position. As part of this 2 option strategy, we do have $11 puts sold, so we may get assigned another 100 shares, bringing our cost average down, which would be a very good thing. Then we can start selling calls at a lower point and still collecting decent premium. We have our Apple calls sold against the long calls that we have. I guess this is rolling into next week, so tomorrow I'll be looking to roll or close most of these positions out. We'll likely close or roll the Apples. Coinbase, we only have $15 left to collect there. And coin has bounced up nicely. If you guys remember, I called out that 220 level as being its support. So we've seen that a few different times, that 220. I think over the entire period, we've seen that tested a few times. And it really seems to be a decent level of support. And now we're $30 away from that, which turned out pretty nicely. And we were able to collect some really good premium on it, actually. So over, what is this? This is over 20% on this, and we're almost all the way up. And we do have one more on coin. Where's my other coin? This is actually 2 sets of put credit spreads. You can see the strikes here. I actually opened up another one at the 200, 195, and then the 220, 215 when it was down quite a ways. So we opened up these $1,000 collateral, collected $228. We still have another $100 to collect on this, but we'll just keep this guy going for a bit. And then everything else is looking pretty dang green across the board, except for UUPs. Where's our, and then Roku, we're actually doing pretty decent on that. That had a pretty good bounce up. There it is, right in front of my face. That 300 ended up pretty decent for us. When do we have that expiring? We'll close that out next Friday for sure. We still have $85 to collect, which is pretty good. And I think that's about it. If you guys have any questions, let me know. I'll do my best to answer. Yesterday, I did get home early enough to do a live stream, but I wanted to put slides and kind of some talking points together before just going over everything and rambling. So I did put that together, got that all put together. So today, barring internet issues or any other things coming up, I'll definitely do that and just go over all the changes I want to make to how I'm trading my account going forward, at least the Robinhood one. Not much changes to my other ones outside of this, but I'd love to go over that, maybe give you guys some ideas or even get some feedback. All right, well, that's it for me. You guys have a great day. Love you, and let's make a lot of money.